Oh boy, I'm going to get all up in your business today. I'm going to help you navigate through the month of July 2025 with the July 2025 Astro-Numerology Forecast. Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning in to Astronumerology Reveal. Today, we're going to reveal what you should be doing in your business for the month of July 2025, which happens to be a universal 7 month. I'm going to get all into that, but I'm just going to let you know that the show was brought to you by astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and your Star 8 mobile numerology app. If you were watching, we had the Universal 7 forecast yesterday on the 1st. So make sure you check that out. It'll let you know what the general population can expect and what you can expect for your zodiac sign and your birthday number. So check that one out. And not only that, we do this once a month. Every month on the first of the month, you can tune in here to hear the forecast for that month. It's so accurate. Make sure that you check it out. Also, make sure that you're taking the time to stop by Kimberly.com, KIMBALEY.com. There's a lot of good things going on over there, especially in terms of business. So, if you hear this today and you're interested in elevating or aligning your business with astronumerology for business, then make sure you check that site out. I offer a 20-minute consultation. So once again, that address is Kimberly, KIMBALEY.com, and we'll hear about that more close to the end. First, I want to do is tell you this is July 2025 Universal Business Forecast. Now, universal means exactly how it sounds. Universal means the collective, everybody. Now, to break that down a little bit further, everybody has their own personal cycles that they go through on a regular basis. However, there is also a universal cycle that we all go through and experience at the same time. So, that is the cycle that we'll be talking about today, specifically the July 2025 cycle. However, I want to say to you, if you're listening to this and you're like, I want to go a little deeper, I want to know what my business can expect on a more in depth personal level. You can check me out so that I can help you with that. But what I will be doing is I will be telling you all about the energies that will be flowing in July 2025 and what these energies mean for your business. What are some of the things that you should be doing during this time? And it'll help you kind of strategize throughout the month. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So, what is this month all about? 7 is a month in your business for inner work, strategic visioning, and spiritual alignment in your business. 7 is the seeker, the thinker, and the spiritual analyst. In business, it's not focused on the outer hustle. So if you're running a business and you feel like you always have to be on the grind, when it comes to the 7 cycle, whether it's the month, the year, the week, wherever you see 7, then it means that instead of focusing on that outer hustle, it's time for you to start focusing and turning inward. It turns inward to reconnect with purpose, refine strategy, and create powerful clarity behind the scenes. This is a time for you in your business to take a pause, reflect, analyze, and elevate your business consciousness. It's about creating alignment before acceleration. While this is an idea for big public launches, it is perfect for deep strategy work, fine tuning your genius, and receiving divine downloads. Now, I was reading this and I was thinking about creating that alignment before acceleration. A lot of people may feel like their business has to be full speed ahead all of the time. But that's not necessarily the case. There's time when you need to slow down because sometimes when you're speedy, you can make mistakes, and that's one of the things that you can experience in this seven cycle. It's time for you to be patient. It's time for you to slow down. It's time for you to focus on your strategy. Focus on the things that you have been working on prior to this time. Is there anything that needs to be taken care of? Because seven is also a cycle that is about secrets being revealed. And so you may be doing some deep research into your business and the way that you've got things structured and set up, or even your contracts. And you may see that something is amiss or you made a mistake somewhere along the way. And even though you didn't realize you made that mistake, you can see that it was clearly causing some problems or some kind of trouble or could set you up for trouble. So those things are revealed to you. So this is a time for you to go deeper within your business. And if you are in a business that is more spiritual in nature, then this cycle may not seem too different for you. This may be the pace that you're used to going into. And this may be a good time for you, your employees, or the people that are helping you, or going on retreats and things like that. Speaking of things to do, here are some of the things that you should do during the seventh cycle: inner work, strategic visioning, and spiritual alignment in business. Don't forget it. Okay, here's the things you should do: conduct a brand audit. Is your business reflecting your spiritual and personal evolution? Because remember, you and your business, even though you are different than the entity of your business, because your business has its very own numbers or numerical frequency, just like you. But you still are the person that's running that business. So, does this business really reflect your spiritual and personal evolution? So, this right here is a good time to be thinking, am I really in the right line of business? Just go through and ask yourself introspection. This is a time for you to revisit your mission, your values, and your deeper why. This would be the time when you would take a look at that mission statement. Every business has a mission statement according to the incorporation date of that business or the conception date of that business. Conception date is the date that the seed was planted. Incorporation date is the official date that this business became this business was put into effect on paper. So you're going to look at that mission and see if that mission is being carried out in your business plan. Is your business on that vibration of the business mission? This is getting deeper into your vision and your business to get to know why you have decided that you wanted to create this business and to see how it benefits you and how much of alignment there is between you and the business. This is also a time to work behind the scenes on new offers, things that you're not going to release right now. These are the things that you want to keep on hush hush for a while because you may have a big launch plan for it later on. But right now, you just want to kind of keep it under wraps, just kind of working out the fine details before you put that business idea out there or before you begin to tell somebody else about it. So that's the same case for your long term goals. Are there any goals that you need to add to your list? Because it's not just about checking off your goals. Once you check off one goal, then you should have another goal to replace that goal. That's how elevation continues. And it's also a time for you to plan your content. And I see that as like taking that time to use your creativity. It's hard to be creative when there's a lot of noise. So take this time to utilize your creativity. Use that peace and quiet. You can also be researching new platforms. You don't have to automatically say, I want to join this platform. No, this is just a time for you to do research. Check out different types of technology that can make things easier for you in your business. And it's also a time that favors passive income ideas. Think a way think of a way that you can make money in your sleep. Spend time in nature or in meditation and listen to your intuition because during this time, you're going to be getting a whole lot of insights and probably about your business. Make sure that you're writing these things down and you're holding on to this because even though this 7 month, it means that there's not a lot of noise. When next month comes in, it's going to get pretty loud and it may cause you to forget those insights and downloads that come in. So make sure that you write those things down, even your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Albert Einstein even said that he dreamed about a lot of the things that he became well known for. So make sure you pay attention to those dreams. This is also a time for studying, time for training, or time to take a new course to refine your expertise. When you look at this 7, it seems like this 7 is causing you to slow down, to plan in elevation. Okay. Now that we went through the things that we should do, let's go through the list of the things that you should avoid during this month. You should avoid rush launches or pushing sales out of alignment. And even though this is a 7 universal business month, some businesses operate on the 7 frequency. And this is something that they need to understand. This is not the number that's pushy or loud. So, whenever you carry this vibration of 7, whether it's within your own numerology chart or whether it's in a cycle that you're in, you should know that you should not try to do things too fast because the 7 is interchangeable with the 2, and the 2 is all about patience. And you should not be pushy. So just keep that in mind. You should not overcommit to social events because you're not going to want to be around a lot of people at this time. You may notice if you have a storefront or even if you're on social media, you may not get as much attention as you would in any other cycle. And you're going to want to be by yourself anyway. You're going to want to take that time to spend solitude for the most part to yourself. And you're going to want to keep things under wrap. It's not really a time for you to be networking or to be publicly visible. Like if somebody says that, they want you to come and be the star of the show, or if someone says they want to invite you to this big event with many people, you may just not be feeling it. Also, it's also not the time to make impulsive financial or hiring decisions without inner clarity. So, this means that you're going to be careful when you hire people. When you do, you have to make sure that you do your thorough research, because seven can also rule illusion or delusion. So you need to make sure that you are checking these people out before you bring them in. Now we're going to get into the weeks. First, we're going to start week one. This is a universal 8 week, and this represents power moves and inner prosperity. Now, your focus for the business this month is strategic financial decisions, pricing adjustments, and reclaiming your CEO power. So, what you want to do is ask yourself, where am I being called to lead with integrity or authority? Because the number 8 is that number of authority. Some of the things that you should be doing within this month is audit pricing or business models for energetic misalignment, making a bold decision about a financial investment or team expansion. So, this is the time to expand your team. This is the time for financial investments. Week 8 is that time to hit the ground running. And you're going to start making bold decisions during this time. 8 represents authority. So when you're in that 7, you have to be thinking about, I'm about to approach the 8 universal week. So you know that you're going to need that rest, because things are going to really pick up in that first week. So this is a time that you should be hiring people. This is a time of balancing profit with purpose. You don't want to be chasing money right now. You want to align with it. This is big CEO energy, this 8 universal week. So focus on authority. How are you showing up as a CEO? Look at yourself. You are the one running this business. Do you think that your business is running in the way that it should do? Do you think that you're really taking the lead in your business? Or are you just allowing things to happen? That's one of the things you need to focus on. And if you're one of those people that are just allowing things to happen, this is a time for you to step it up. I would suggest for you that a great time to step up your game would be on maybe around the 4th of the month, give or take a day or two, and also that first Saturday of the month. The affirmation for you for this week is, I lead my business from grounded power and spiritual clarity. And that's the beautiful thing about 8. And that's why it's that number of authority, because that number 8 can handle that level of authority, but at the same time be grounded within themselves. So we're going to go on to week 2. This week invites you to release what's outdated, what is no longer working in the business. This can include offers, content, contracts, or beliefs. Sometimes it's your own beliefs that hold you back. And it's time to prepare for a new cycle, especially around the second Tuesday of the month or either on the ninth of the month. The business focus for this month is to end or phase out what no longer fits your brand, repurpose content that reflects your evolving message, write or speak about your mission from a legacy point of view. Now, for people that create content for other people, whether it's on a blog or whether it's like on YouTube or whether it's on any social media site, then this is the time to switch up your content. It doesn't mean switch up your message. It just means that maybe you can switch up how you deliver your message. This is also a time to write or speak about your mission from a legacy point of view. This is the time to practice forgiveness and closures in business relationships if needed. This is the space where you have to realize that some people come to you in your business for a season, and some people come to you for a lifetime. You have to figure those things that are meant for just a short time and get rid of those things when you need to get rid of them. Because what happens is when you clear out all of that unnecessary waste, then you allow for manifestations to happen within your business. You allow for the things that you really need to come into your business to come into your business. You know, sometimes it may be like that with about some of the employees. It could be an employee that you've been dealing with for a long time that just won't follow the rules no matter what you tell them to do. You know, you have to think about your business right now. This is not just about you, this is about your business. So, is this person helping or hurting the business? And if they're hurting, then you have to let them go. And it's the same thing with all of the things that you use in your business. Sometimes there may be platforms that you're paying for that you don't use anymore, they're outdated. Some of those things need to be released. So this is a month for release for your business. And the affirmation for this month, for this week, is I release the old and honor the wisdom it gave my business, because everything has a purpose. And it's not saying that those things never help. It just said that those things have run their course. And the reason why it was so important to get rid of those things in week two is because in week three, you go into a universal 1 week. This is a time for new beginnings and inspired action. After releasing in week two, you will feel a burst of innovation and fresh energy, perfect for subtle launching and planting seeds. The best time in this week for you to do a launch or either plant a seed would be the third Sunday of the month or the 19th of the month. Now, your focus for your business this week should be begin a new offer, soft launch, or beta. Brainstorm or map a fresh marketing strategy. Share a bold new idea or thought leadership post. Pitch something from an inspired, authentic place. Allow your business to show up as the business, meaning whatever your business mission is, make sure that you showing up this particular week. Well, you want to make sure you're showing up at all times, but this particular week is talking about branding also. So make sure this is a time that you can focus on the branding of your business. If there's some areas that you need to rebrand in, this may be the great time to do it. So the affirmation is I initiate only what aligns with my higher business purpose. And that's what you're going to be focused on in week 3 with this universal 1 week. Now, the universal 1 week is also a powerful, powerful cycle. The number 1 is so powerful because if there are things that you got rid of last week, then there's things that you can plant seeds for or things you can begin this week. And I always like this week because, or this one cycle, because it's always that opportunity there of releasing something new. Now we're coming on down to week 4. This is going to be a universal 2 business week, and it's about connection, collaboration, and emotional intelligence. This week softens the pace and asks you to tune into the relationships and emotional flow of your business. And you're going to need it because over the last 2 weeks, remember, week 2, you had 9, which was a fire number. Week 3, you had 1, which is a fire number. And how do we end the month out? It's going to be water energy. So just like this week, this universal 2 week is going to soften the pace. You're going to have to do the same thing. It's time for you to bring it down. And even in that first week, this is a powerful month altogether because even in that first week was an 8 and it asks you to step up into that authority role. So this has been a powerful month altogether. But now it's asking you to slow back down. It's asking you to tune in to the relationships and the emotional flow of your business. How much do you know about your clients? How much do you show them that you appreciate them? How much do you know about the people that work for you? How much do you know? Even if it's people that are doing work for you behind the scenes, how much do they know? This is a time to relay those things and let them see that, hey, I know it's all about passion and I know I've been trying to get it done this month, but I'm taking the time out to continue to build relationships. This is also a good time for working in groups. The business focus for this particular week is to follow up with leads, clients, or partnerships. Strengthen your brand voice through storytelling or heartfelt communication. Practice empathy in business negotiation. In week 1, you were asked to be that authority figure. But now it's saying soften up a little bit. Show them that you care. Or like my mother used to say, show them that you've got some sense. Show them that you have a heart because sometimes business offers happen that way. Sometimes the people seem to be heartless, and you don't want to come across that kind of way, especially in a universal 2 week. So, practice empathy in business negotiation. Improve your onboarding or client experience journey. That's another way to show clients that you appreciate them by making things easier for them. The affirmation is I create success through harmony, intuition, and aligned relationship. This is also a time for you to dig deep into your intuition. And I feel like this 7 Universal Business Month is showing up in this 2 week because 2 is the interchangeable number to 7. So the overall feeling for this month is about compassion. softening your approach, slowing down, researching. How can things get better? This is the universal month. Every business has its own distinct characteristics. Every business has its own distinct blueprint. And to get deeper into this, because yes, you are experiencing this seven universal month. However, what cycle is your business in, because that cycle is even more powerful than the universal cycle. So make sure you connect with me at Kimberly.com so that we can take a look into it. I can help you align your business using Business Astro-Numerology. And you can find that website at Kimberly.com, KIMBALEY.com. Enjoy July.